Did they actually give them winter clothing to wear? I don't know why I thought that said cult members, but whatever. So the first thing I found was actually about loud knocking, but what killed me was one of the responses. So the original story is about heard five loud knocks at 10 p.m. from a storage closet in my house. And I love that the first comment, I'm sure if Magic Cat was here, she'd say it was like spirit abuse or something. But I was just dying because Hyoda basically said the spirit was like afraid she would kick their ass, which I thought was hysterical. Says, I used to live in a haunted apartment and had knocking from inside of my closet wake me up once. Unfortunately, I get super angry like a hibernating bear when woken up for no good fucking reason, so I threw my slippers at the closet door, knocked, headbutted it from my side, and violently growled at it to shut the fuck up. I'm not getting woken up at 2 a.m. Don't give a fuck who or what wants attention. Anyway, it stopped and never bothered me again. I love that she basically just threatened to kill the ghost all over again if it didn't shut up and leave her alone. Truly a blessing. Hmm? Why does Magic just have a little dancing dinosaur? Whatever. Anyway, the original post was, yeah, also about knocking from inside their closet. Which, fuck that. This is probably very American, but I feel like that's the point where you just start shooting your closet. Like, fuck that. I love that Magic Cat came here to talk about something so pure. She said she was nervous when her cat started giving birth. No, you're allowed to talk about it. I just thought it was a hilarious contrast. By the way, the kittens were adorable. I mean, on one hand, I'm glad they're not mine because I can't imagine having to clean up after five kittens. But so cute. You can talk more about it. I might go ahead and read the rest of this post and then I'll read your reply afterward. Wait, what'd you say? Oh, you're praying they grow old. Yeah. Although old for them is not old for us, which is kind of messed up if you think about it, but whatever. I think the oldest documented feline was between the ages of 33 and 35, but the typical lifespan of a domestic cat, it's not feral, it's taken care of by humans, it's usually between 15 and 20 years, and they do live longer if you keep them inside versus letting them outside. Yeah, leaving them outside or letting them outside apparently actually shortens their lifespan. Not sure why. Uh, Probably because they get hit by cars and get parasites and shit when they're left outside. But anyway, if they're taken care of and kept inside, yeah, it's usually on the 20-year side, sometimes even 25. But again, the oldest was like between 33 and 35, and the typical age that they live to is around 20. Which means if you're going to the shelter to get a rescue cat and you see one that's 8 years old, they're not actually that old. Like, it sounds like a lot because you're like, oh my god, that's almost a decade. But, they can live to be about 2 decades old, so she's really not that old. I mean, it would kind of be like adopting a 40-year-old, basically. Which is, you can do that. I'm fairly certain there is a way for adults to be adopted. It's just not the same process as children. You want to keep one kitten and find homes for the rest? Go for it. I mean, as much as I love kittens, I sure as shit wouldn't want to take care of all five at once. So, yeah, that's fair. Not at all mad about you wanting to find them good homes. You ready to hear about the knocking from the inside of their closet, or would that be too much for today? Would you be too scared? But yeah, the top response made me think of you and how you always say I'm mean to ghosts or whatever. Because she literally just threatened to kick their ass basically, and they're like, oh, okay, go back to sleep, my bad. It was great. Uh, yeah. Ooh, naming the kittens. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Oh, wait a minute. Let me. Okay, I'll actually read the post, but let me try to catch this fish first. Mostly because I can't read and try to catch a fish at the same time. I can't split my attention in that way. So, what names were you thinking of? Ooh, squid. But yeah, this post by No Negotiation was talking about how they heard five loud knocks at 10 p.m. from the storage closet in their dark house. So it's nighttime and they just hear this random fucking knocking for no reason. To just hear this knocking. Anyway, recorded five loud knocks from inside my open closet. Ghosts? Question mark. Wait, the closet's open? I don't know if that makes it better or worse. Thursday night at exactly 10 p.m., I was home alone at my farm in the country. Oh, hell no. Nope. Um, my roommate was in town at the time with a friend. I was recording my reaction to an important scene in Glee that I was watching at the time. That's so random. That's funny. So they were doing a reaction video to a Glee episode and just happened to catch it on camera. Okay. I feel like that's one of the things where you kind of have to believe them, but because you can't make that shit up. I mean, who just happens to catch you while recording? That's funny. Anyway, during the recording, I'm recording the TV and then I switch the camera to my face to record my reaction, and a quiet, barely noticeable knock followed by five human-sounding knocks came from the back of my closet wall. What the fuck? I guess that's better than your closet being closed and it coming from the door. Because I would absolutely just get out my piece. Because fuck that. Anyway, it's hard to explain what my closet looks like. Basically, I'm in this open room and then I have a wall going through a slanted corner of my room, and that wall has two cutout doors completely open and the doors are about 5 feet tall. Yeah, I can't picture that. Whatever. Whatever, bestie. I believe you. However you said it's laid out, I believe you. I just can't picture it in my head. Um, I can't picture that. Maybe y'all can. It's more of a storage closet than a closed closet. We have the TV stand in between the two small doors of the closet, so we sit close to it, looking directly at the closet entrance when watching TV. I don't like that. So I'm recording the TV and then flip it to myself and hear the knocking and I stop recording. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. And the door's already open, but I don't know if that's better or worse than if the door was closed and it was on the door. Like, I don't know. That's just a lot either way. Stupid nose is just getting in the way of everything. Yeah, I don't like that. Immediately freaked out thinking there's someone here at 10 at night. I called my roommate to see if she knows what it could be. She says it could be knocking coming from downstairs. Okay, but bestie, is that even better? Because if I live out in the middle of nowhere in the country and someone knocks on my door at 10, trust and believe I'm answering strapped. Like, that just sounds like a recipe for getting kidnapped or murdered. Fuck that. Um, she says it could be knocking coming from downstairs. Again, they live alone in the country. This is still not a good thing. But I tell her that it sounds like it came from inside the room, which is still super fucked. I wouldn't like that either. Yeah, I wouldn't like that either. I don't think either one of those is a good thing. One's definitely scarier. She tells me where we keep our pistol. Okay, we're on the same wavelength here. Okay. So that I can grab that and check our house. See? She knows. She knows how it is. I checked everywhere. I checked outdoors, I checked closets, I checked our basement, but there was nothing. Honestly, maybe that's better. Because I feel like it would be worse if she came upon someone trying to, like, steal the copper out of her air conditioner or whatever, you know? Like, I feel like it's better that she didn't have to confront someone or something. There have been cases of, like, bears sneaking in people's houses, too. So honestly, Girlie's super lucky there was nothing and no one there. Just saying. Um, sorry. I always have to add my 2 cents in. Not a person, not a headlight, not another sound or knock or anything. Which, again, I kind of think is for the best, but your mileage may vary. I came back upstairs and barricaded my room because I was so freaked out. I had no idea what these 5 very loud knocks had come from. It was not knocking sounding from downstairs. It was not on my bedroom door. It was 5 loud, clear knocks coming from inside my closet, banging on the wall. It was clear as day. You can even hear it in the video. I cannot attach the video for this group, but I'm going to post it in another group. If you want to, excuse me, so if you want to see, let me know. Watching it over and over, I can't help but notice the second that I turn my camera to my face is when the knocking starts. Okay, one slight quiet knock followed by 5 very loud knocks. Again, I'm at a loss for what this could possibly be. Okay. I've searched everything. I know for a fact that this is not my pipes. I know for a fact it's not animals in the walls or in the attic. This is not my 2x4s expanding. Yeah, because I feel like all those sound different. And it's not a human knocking on the door downstairs because we recorded what that sounds like and compared it to my video. It's much more muffled coming from downstairs. Then we took a video of my roommate pounding on the wall in my closet and compared that to the video, and it was identical. Scary identical. We have dogs, so my roommate asked if it could have been one of them. Huh? Oh, if it could have been one of them scratching and smacking the wall with their foot, but all of them are laying down and sleeping. And then the knock alerted them, causing them to be on edge the rest of the night. Also, the hollow part of our wall is more in the center, so even if it was a dog scratching, it wouldn't have made such a hollow sound. Okay. For some context on the house, we moved here about 5 years ago. How long is this shit? I've lived here on and off due to college and school, but recently moved in full time June 23. This is the first time hold on. Trying to make this make sense in my head. This is the first time the house. Oh, it's cuz she used the wrong word. I was like, why does this not make sense? So, she put this is the first time the house is only had 2 people, but it should say has. That's why it was throwing me off. Because we're renting it from my roommate's dad. That's kind of weird. Why is he renting out to his child when he could just let them stay there? They could be saving that money to buy up their own place instead of paying to him, unless they're paying off this house so they can have it. That's just weird. I hate parents that do that. Anyway, we've had several odd instances with quiet knocking, lights being turned on and off, and cupboards being left open. Also, doors that we've both sworn we've shut because we have cats and we try to keep them out of certain rooms. Valid. We never address these instances because they happen so infrequently that it's almost impossible to prove it's not our own forgetfulness. At this point, it almost seems more frequent, and we know we're not going crazy. Catching this on camera is kind of a break for us because it's something we're both able to go back to and listen and prove that one of us heard it. Okay. My roommate and I have both experienced our own instances, but we've never been in the room at the same time during one. Hmm. Yeah, but they're both things are so weird that I doubt they're just like secretly pranking each other or something. You know? We're both not sure what to think at this point. We're just two women living on a farm, who could have a bad case of paranoia, but we've lived together for 6 months straight this year and experienced multiple instances individually. Jesus. And wanting to avoid the ghost possibility. My roommate says she had her own suspicions, but again, it's something you can't really prove. If it is ghosts, they've not been violent. By that, I mean we don't feel negative energy and they haven't broken anything of ours other than our electrical. Half our electrical stopped working the third year we lived there. Also, we don't have dogs or cats randomly alerting in rooms, and I've heard that's a good tell. Either way, can anyone tell if these instances happen to more people than we realize? Huh. I don't know how to feel about that. I just love the first comment where they said the same thing happened to them, but they threw a shoe at the ghost and yelled at it and told it to shut the fuck up and nothing ever happened again. I don't know why, that just sent me. They were just like, shut the fuck up, I'm trying to sleep. And it just left them alone. It's beautiful, right? They were not fucking around. I love that. They just yelled at it and it left them alone. Uh, the power of the chancla. I'm kidding, they threw a slipper, but also. Yeep, yeep, yeep. Okay, now let's see what Magic has said. So, she said, I was thinking toothless if it's a male or a female, or Dobby if it's a male, because my friend's dog is Dobby, spelled like the elf, so they can be Dobby and Dobby. Aw, that would be cute. That would be cute, not gonna lie. What sounds like your mom's technique, throwing shoes at them or yelling at them? I still think it's hilarious that they're like, oh, hell no, you are not waking me up at 2 a.m., shut up, and just throwing a shoe at it, and then they have peace ever since. That's funny. I just can't get over it. They really just threw a shoe at it and threatened it, and it fucked off and never bothered them again. You said her technique is yelling and it worked. I just think it's funny when people like yell at spirits or threaten them or throw shoes, and then the spirit just leaves them the fuck alone. I just love that. It's just like, nope, not dealing with this. Ah, yes, your mother is very wise. Sorry, I'm having like, I don't know why. Again, this is why we jokingly say that I'm allergic to Wi-Fi. Like, I'm not, actually. I don't believe that. But this is why we jokingly say I'm allergic to Wi-Fi, because I swear every time I do one of these streams, I get like weird, like watering eyes and runny nose and like no peace. I just love that she yelled at it and it worked. It worked. There we go. Hmm. I'm trying to find. I kind of want to find one that's shorter than the one we just looked at. I'm looking. Okay, I'm back. So, what is the ratio of the kittens? Did you ever tell me? Oh, wait. You can't tell, can you? Well, when whoever's there figures it out, let me know. I could try to help you come up with names if you're still uncertain about some of them. But I do think that the Dobby and Dobby thing was cute that you brought up. That was cute. I know I can't expect these to be like 2 words long, but why are so many of them like mystery novel length? Okay, so No Walrus, which is certainly an interesting name to take on, posted this one 16 hours ago. Not sure what I witnessed in northern Minnesota. That's so specific. Northern Minnesota. Wasn't sure where else to post this. Going to post it on the Creepy Encounters sub too. Maybe someone has experienced it also. Haven't shared this with anyone because I don't want to seem crazy. Just looking for opinions if this was a prank or what. Waited to post because I was just so freaked out and didn't know if any of them recognized my car or something. What the hell are you talking about? Just explain it because this is confusing now. Okay, not sure where to start, but I'm gonna do my best. Sorry if there are any grammar errors as it's not my forte. I live in northern Minnesota in a decent sized town, 15,000. However, outside of town, it's extremely rural with very low populations in the surrounding towns. This happened on the 21st of June around 1 or 2 a.m. Okay. Anyways, I had training for work down in the Twin Cities at the beginning of that week and hit the road to head back north around 9 or so. It's about a 4-hour drive north. I don't know why my brain started to say a 4-day drive, but I almost fucked that up, just so y'all know. Mhm. First half of the drive is mostly highway, and then the second half is more of a rural 2-lane road, but still a common traveled road. Okay. I feel like that should be commonly, but he already said grammar is not his thing, so I'm not gonna be bitchy about it. Not sure if anyone has driven in Minnesota, but there are deer everywhere. So I was staying pretty attentive on keeping my eyes peeled for something possibly running across the road. Fair. What to look for are their eyes when it's dark, as they tend to stick out in the ditch and you're able to spot them before passing them. Okay, but even knowing it's deer, I would still find it creepy to just go down the road and see a bunch of eyes. Like, I'm not kidding. That's creepy as fuck. Even if you know they're all deer, it's still creepy to just see an assload of eyes poking out of the forest. I can't be the only one that thinks that. Plus, deer are creepy on their own. Have you ever seen a deer? They're super creepy. I can't explain why, but they are. Deer are just creepy. Deer are super creepy. It's the eyes for me. Um, maybe I'm just a. I don't think I'm allowed to say that word. Maybe I'm just a wimp, but I don't know, man. Them eyes. The eyes always get me. It's. I don't know. Deer eyes are just. They're deer eyes. Which explains literally nothing, but deer eyes are deer eyes. Anyway, I'm not sorry. So, I was on a stretch of road without a town for about 30 miles in all directions when I noticed a glow in the woods, which was some type of bonfire inside the woods, but also there was a group of people standing in the ditch, forming a line towards the woods. I thought they were deer at first. Hopefully, it's not a cult. These are dense woods too. Big pine trees, so you can see into the woods fairly easily. I slowed down because I guess I thought maybe they needed help. Gonna try my best to explain it because my headlights were facing forward, so I could only make out one person clearly and couldn't see too much detail for the other people as they were further in the ditch closer to the woods. I don't know why my brain immediately went to there's a cult in the woods, but I'm just it's just the anticipation building up. I'm just like, there was a cult in the woods, wasn't there? um, they were lined up in a row facing the road, but forming a line heading into the woods, heads down, looking at the ground. But for each person that was closer to the woods, they were closer to the ground. What? They were like totem poling? I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to picture this shit. Hold on. First person straight up, then the next looked somewhat hunched over, and then I think the people close to the woods were kneeling. Okay, so I was right. They're kind of like totem poling, except they're not taking pictures. Okay. It was hard to make out their age, but if I had to guess, middle-aged, but I'm not positive. Okay, and none of this rules out a cult, like at all. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure how to feel about this. Okay, I'll finish it off. I could only make out the first person's outfit, but they had on what looked like a white robe with a black sash around it. The sash had a symbol of what looked like a robot. Are you sure you didn't just find some people LARPing? I mean, that doesn't mean they're not creepy, but it just sounds like LARPing. It doesn't sound particularly dangerous yet. I don't know. What do you think, Magic Cat? I mean, there's still like a paragraph left, but I'm just like, oh, they're LARPing. Um, or some type of figurine with its hands facing out, sitting down. There was other imagery on the sash, but I was only stopped for 10 seconds trying to process everything. I mean, even if they're not a cult, they're a bunch of weirdos in the woods. I don't know. This is just weird. Um, Hold on. These people never acknowledged me as far as I'm aware. They just didn't move whatsoever. It's a little weird. I was pretty much frozen with fears. Obviously, this is quite abnormal. I mean, is it? I just feel like it's a bunch of weirdos LARPing, unless I'm being super optimistic. I'm just like, ah, it's just the weirdos LARPing. Hmm. Okay. I left after I regained my focus on the road. I tried telling myself it was a hoax or maybe some people camping, but it was just too odd. Guess I'm wondering if anyone else has seen something like this. I mean, it could have been a religious ceremony that is not a cult. It could have been an actual cult. It could have been LARPing. It could have been some kind of like weird like nature camping society, although why they're not dressed more practically, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I'm just saying it's not necessarily something like shady and supernatural. It could have been, like I said, a nature retreat, a non-cult religious community, LARPing, like a non-cult secret society. Like, I'm just saying, like, there's stuff it could be. It's not that, I mean, it's weird, but it's definitely not the weirdest thing I've seen. Maybe I just see a bunch of weird shit, but I'm just sitting here like, ah, that's not that weird. Okay. Magic Hat said, the only time I realized mom had balls is when she said she felt something tugging on her blanket. She pulled the blanket, and you just hear a massive thud against my desk. Huh. Was it one of the cats, or were they not there? Oh, and I meant the gender ratio of the cats. Because I was curious. There were, I think, 5 of them? Why is there just a tent? It's kind of nice, too, but I don't need it. I don't want to buy something I don't need. I'm treating this like real life. I'm just like, I don't want to buy something I don't need. Or even want. I just think it looks cool. That's how I usually am in real life too. I'll be like, oh, that's cool, and then move on. Like, sure, it would be neat to have it, but I don't have a burning desire to buy it. Like, I'll live. It'll be fine. Ooh. You said nothing was there? Oh, I don't like that. Are you sure it wasn't one of the cats? They can move pretty fast. They could have been under the bed or something. I guess either way, that makes her pretty brave. Cause she didn't even check to see if it was like you or the cat. She just did it. She just did not give a fuck. You didn't have cats at the time. Oh, yes, she's very brave then. To be fair though, what else are you supposed to do if something's pulling the blanket off? You pull it back, obviously. You were in bed watching it unfold, probably feeling panic and terror, am I right? Confused panic, like, what the fuck was that? Okay, sorry, I'm back. I had to deal with some issues. You said you've seen worse. Yeah, I guess? Have you? What's the worst thing you've seen then? Tell your own ghost story, since we're telling ghost stories again. What's the worst thing you've seen? I think the worst thing I've seen was when I was in elementary school, and I could have sworn up and down that I saw basically like a spirit that had like razor sharp teeth that for some reason had the like makeup of a clown. And what gets me is like it was before anyone had told me about like it, and it was years before the movie came out. Well, the remade movie. But I'd never watched the original, or well, technically, I think the original was a TV series. Never watched or heard of the original, never read the books, nothing. But honestly, I'm not afraid of clowns now, so I guess it didn't scar me. I actually like clowns. So I have no idea. I have no idea where my like of clowns came from, since a lot of people would have been scarred by that. But no, no, I actually like clowns. So that's fun. Okay, Magic Cat said, my favorite plushie gets flung to the other side with nothing touching it. Oh, like it somehow mysteriously leapt to the other side of the room without anyone doing it. Ah. I guess that's pretty bad because it's like, well, the wind didn't do it, gravity didn't do it, I didn't do it, so who did it? You saw it move. Wait, you saw it move like it was possessed, or you saw it move like something tossed it? Because there's a huge difference. Something threw it. Okay. Oh, we have a lot of room. Hmm. Yeah, I guess that's bad enough. Oh, really? Hmm. Okay, this says I thought it was sleep paralysis, but something about it was really weird. Magic has said Oh, hold on, I missed part of that. Magic has said, I just stood there amazed, to be honest, that this motherfucker had the balls to take my plushie in front of me. Unbelievable. I love how instead of being scared, you're just like, the audacity. The audacity. That is pretty audacious. In front of you? In in front of you. Clearly it has no fear. For real though, with people out here like that one person throwing fucking shoes at them, I'm surprised it didn't have more fear. The audacity. Those are some stones. Wow. There are living people that would be afraid to take my shit in front of me. Wow. Apparently, I have resting bitch face that makes me look murderous. The funny thing is, I'm literally never thinking about murder. Ever. I swear, people always say I look intimidating. Bitches be like, oh my god, I was scared of you when we met. Meanwhile, I was literally thinking about what order I would do my homework in or what to eat for dinner. And they were like, I was scared of you. I was like, bitch, I was thinking about lunch. I wasn't even thinking about you. I didn't know you were there. So, the audacity. This year you said goodbye to the plushie. If the plushie itself was haunted, the spirit's probably relieved. It's probably scared of you and your mom. But yeah, patient growth says, I thought this was sleep paralysis, but something about it was really weird, which I don't know where they're going with this, so. About a year or two ago, I remember waking up in the middle of the night. I looked over the side of my bed and saw something on the ground. Once I acknowledged it, it started to crawl towards me on all fours. Like a creature that was gray, no discernible features other than four limbs and long black hair which covered its face. I remember panicking to turn on the light, freaking out, and finally getting it turned on. I went back to bed, and when I woke up the next morning, I could still remember what happened. I thought it was a dream initially, as I've had dreams where I wake up, but I realized my light was on, so that meant I did wake up in the middle of the night and saw something. I never had anything like that happen since I wasn't paralyzed, but I didn't know what else to attribute to what I saw. I was reading some other sleep paralysis stories, and it just got me thinking back to what happened. Hmm. How do I still have so many slots left? I guess it wasn't nearly as filled as I thought it was. Hmm. Okay. He was too old. What do you mean he was too old? He survived for 20 years and he was good protection from the chupacabra. I'm confused. Y'all have a chupacabra there? I thought that was like a I thought that was a you know. Well, specifically I thought it was a Mexican thing, but I thought that was like a Latino slash Chicano thing in general, at least. What? Interesting. Wait, so it was to protect you. If it was to protect you from chupacabra, then why did you give it away? Actually, why do people end up needing protection from it anyway? Doesn't it just eat goats? Our version just eats goats. Which I know, not ideal for farmers, but well, considering I'm not a farmer or a goat, I can't make myself care? I don't know. Oh, as a kid you watched all kinds of TV shows. That's why. I was super confused for a second. I was like, what are you talking about? Because I remember it being a Mexican thing. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Okay. So you watched some cartoons that informed you about it, and I guess you got scared. Ew, it's Pierce. Can I leave the, like... Cool. I'm gonna leave, like, 2 or 3 seaweeds here. I mean, it's not like I think monsters are, like... Huh. I don't actually know the etiquette on that. Would a monster from a specific culture decide to torment and or eat and or show itself to someone outside that culture? I don't know how to answer that question, actually. I don't know. I don't know how to answer it. You said, listen, man, a monster is a monster in my book. Doesn't matter what it eats. I mean, it kind of does, because for instance, if something only drinks cow blood, or something fucking stupid and specific, then if you're not a cow, what do you need to be scared of? Like, is it just me where I'm like, oh, you eat elephants? I'm not an elephant, I'm fine. Like, maybe it's just me. Magic Cat said, I used to be scared of the shadow of my chandelier as a kid. Okay, fair point. You have been a fraidy cat for a long time. That is a valid point. Um, I just don't see a point in being afraid of something that doesn't even actually eat my kind. That's all. There are, of course, exceptions to the rule. Like, I definitely still don't like spiders, but it's not their, like, size. I find their legs creepy, and so many of them are venomous that it's more like I'm afraid of being bitten by a venomous spider than specifically just being afraid of spiders. Because, there are a lot of venomous fucking spiders in the world, and I don't think there's a single place in the world that doesn't have some kind of venomous spider, like at least one species. So it's a valid fear to not want to be bitten by something that can, cause cardiac arrest or something. I don't think it's stupid, crazy, or extreme to not want that to happen. Just saying. I love how Magic Cat says, well, everything scared me. I hate how fast they are. I guess you mean spiders. I guess that makes sense. I don't like the way they move because I think their legs are creepy. I don't like their, like, is texture the right word? And a lot of them are venomous. I mean, not all of them, but the ones that are venomous are, well, that and the big ones that eat birds and shit, those freak me out. Even though I'm not a bird and therefore shouldn't have to worry, it still just freaks me out that it's huge and eats birds. Because it's just like my brain is like spiders shouldn't be this big. This is blasphemy. Spiders shouldn't be this big. Yeah. But what's very interesting is even though there are equally, if not more, I don't know about the statistical difference, venomous snakes, for some reason I'm not afraid of snakes at all in any context. Would I be cautious to not be bitten by one? Of fucking course. But for some reason, they don't scare me? I mean, obviously, if I was being confronted by a cobra, I would be scared of being bitten, but I'm not afraid of snakes themselves. I don't know what it is about spiders. I mean, to be fair, phobias are not always rational. Sometimes they are, because, like, for instance, when someone has a fear of heights, generally what they're actually afraid of is a fear of falling. And, well, you can't exactly tell them it's irrational to be afraid of falling, because it's not like humans bounce. If we fall from a great height, we fucking splat. So it's not like they're being unreasonable. That being said, the response to the fear can often be unreasonable, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know what it is about them. There's just something about them I don't like and can't get over. I guess it's not just the whole venomous thing because, again, you know, it's not like I'm afraid of snakes and they have a lot of venomous members of their species. I don't know what it is. You said I hit it right on the spot. You can confirm you're afraid of falling. Exactly. Most people who are afraid of heights, it's not really the heights you're afraid of, it's that you're afraid of falling and you're afraid of falling from somewhere up high. Which again is not unreasonable because, like I already said, humans don't fucking bounce. If we fall from high enough, we're just gonna snap our neck and die instantly. Or, if we aren't killed instantly, we're grievously injured and lay there in agony forever until we pass. Like, it's not unreasonable to want to avoid that. Again, it's like a lot of people will say that phobias are irrational fears, but some of them aren't irrational fears because I don't think it's irrational to be afraid of falling from a great height. It's just that the response to that fear can be irrational. You said your fear of heights is also because your dad has it. Oh, like it's hereditary, like it passed down. Yeah. New info to you. I do wonder if phobias, if they can be passed down in the family through some kind of biological mechanism. Like, I don't know if socialization alone would be enough to pass on someone's fear, nor would it really be ethical to try to experiment to figure that out. Hmm. But yeah, like I'm saying, I feel like a lot of things people are afraid of is that they're afraid of the consequences of something happening to them, which I feel is perfectly natural and not irrational at all. Like, for instance, if someone's quote unquote afraid of fire, what they're probably actually afraid of is burning, which is valid because unless you have some kind of sick fetish, who wants to be burned? Like, to me, that's a completely rational concern for them to have. No one wants to be burned, so they shouldn't be ragged on for, quote, being afraid of fire. Because, again, it's not really the fire they're afraid of, it's the fear of being burned, it's the fear of what the fire does. Same with heights for people. They're actually afraid of falling, it's what the consequence of being that high. Like, it's the same thing. I had a friend who was like, they don't like deep open water like the ocean, so they won't swim there. But I feel like it's a fear of the unknown paired with a fear of drowning. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of fears can be broken down into consequences and harm to the individual. So when you think about them in those terms, most of them are not actually irrational. Like, for instance, there are people who are afraid of horses because when they were little, they watched one of their relatives get trampled by a horse. You can't really say their fear of horses is irrational because they've literally seen a horse murder someone. It comes from somewhere. It is rooted in something. It's rooted in consequences and harm, as I said before. They don't. want to get trampled by a horse like the person they watched, so they avoid horses. Honestly, it kind of seems like an evolutionary advantage because your brain is telling you to stay away from something dangerous. What seems irrational is trying to convince people that they shouldn't really be afraid. It seems more irrational to tell someone they shouldn't be afraid of drowning than it is to have a fear of drowning. Because drowning deaths are actually still fairly common, so. Just saying. This just seems like common sense to me. I don't know if I'm technically bordering on like philosophy or psychology or something. Excuse me, psychology. Don't know why I rhymed them. But like that's not my intention. To me, it's just common sense. It's like, well, why would I tell someone it's irrational for them to, I don't know, be afraid of what are people afraid of? You know what I mean? Like if someone becomes afraid of leaving their house, like I can't really tell them they're being irrational because the murder rate in a lot of countries, that's not cute. It's like it's not going to convince me to never leave my house, but I also get why they don't want to. Is it an extreme reaction to a fear? Maybe, but the fear itself is valid. I mean, did you see the number of people murdered and kidnapped last year? They're not being irrational. One way to guarantee you won't be kidnapped is usually, in fact, to stay in your house. Like, yeah, valid. You're gonna miss out on a lot of stuff in life and be pretty sheltered, but, well, it is gonna be really fucking hard for some trafficker to kidnap you from your house, so, yeah. Hmm. Magic Hat said, I remember when stepdad took me up a hill, my hands started sweating and I felt as if I was falling despite staying still. And I assume that was literally just from the sheer anxiety of being there. And again, it's not like being afraid of falling is some irrational fear about something that never happens. Like I said, we don't bounce. It's really not that crazy to be afraid of falling when, we've seen the results of people falling from terrible heights. We've seen people die or be horribly crippled or put on some kind of empty life support where their heart's beating but they're brain dead. Like, we've seen the result. So it's not like it's irrational. It's not like it comes from nowhere. We're not just children having bad dreams. There are all kinds of people who've gotten maimed and permanently disabled and killed falling. It's not like, someone's just being crazy saying they don't want to fall. That being said, someone can have an extreme overreaction in a situation where, while their fear is valid, their response is overdrawn. Like, yes, it's valid to not want to fall, but if you have a panic attack every time you go up a flight of stairs, maybe we need to talk about it. Why am I not a therapist? Because I never went to school for it. Quite literally, I never went to school for it. I mean, technically, there's different levels. Like, there's counselors, psychologists, psychiatrists, and I think there's something else too. And they all have different levels of training and different things they're allowed to do. Like, some people are actually allowed to prescribe medication, some people are not. There's different levels of schooling, different qualifications. I'm pretty sure I said qualifications twice, but you get what I'm saying. You said, oh yeah, my road anxiety is getting low. I used to stay home and avoid roads because cars, death, reckless driving. And again, I don't want to shame someone for being afraid of getting in a car, because I can't lie and say that cars aren't scary. That being said, if you don't drive in cars, there's so much you miss out on, or at least ride in them, even if you don't drive yourself. You can't even go to the grocery store without one unless there's one within walking distance. It's okay to be concerned about something, but it's also okay to recognize that fear of something is holding you back from other things that you want. I honestly think it's really brave to still be afraid of something, but then, like, go through anyway. And again, none of this should be taken as medical advice because I am not licensed. To me, this is just stuff that's common sense, you know? To me, it's just common sense and mixed with empathy and compassion. But nothing I say should be acted upon as medical advice because it's not. That being said, if you just want a friend or an auntie or whatever to talk to, you don't need a license to be an auntie. Just saying. Yeah, exactly. It's just a chat. It's just a chat. I actually am an auntie, so eh, I'm an auntie twice over, 3 times over. Okay, a lot more times than that over. I'm an aunt. I'm actually an auntie, so you can just come talk to auntie. But yeah, I think it's more useful to find ways for someone to cope with their fear and still function while being fearful than it is to try to convince them to not feel fear. I just think that that's more useful going forward, especially for their like peace of mind and quality of life. Which again, this is just my like personal reckoning. This is just a chat. This should not be taken as medical advice to be acted upon in any medical capacity because it is not. We are just chatting. I love how one of these posts just says, "Please help me." um, are you okay, bro? What the fuck? Hey, Magic Cat, I found your boyfriend. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Um, the title of the post says, "Does anyone know of a demon that's a dark shadow with a wolf head?" And I don't know why, but it just made me think of you. I don't mean that as an insult, but it just straight up made me think of you. What? You said you'd pet it? Okay. I mean, I suppose that's one way to deal with demons, befriend it. It's like, "Hey, bestie. You said it's a dog demon. Oh, and you're just gonna treat it like a puppy?" Huh. I mean, I guess a puppy is a puppy no matter what. You said take it on walks. I guess. Just take it on walks. Demonic Fido. Blinding flash of light with no plausible source. I'm just reading the title. I don't even know which post to read, but I'm just sitting here like, what? I have no idea what they're talking about. I don't see anything. Huh? Damn it! Ugh! I'm trying to catch this stupid thing. Ha! Oh, that's why. That's why it was being an asshole. Huh? Trash can moved spontaneously? Why does this sound like what happened to your plushie, Magic Hat? Says, hello, what I'm showing you happened about 2 hours ago at my wife's workplace. To provide some context, she works in a hotel, and the head chef had previously mentioned seeing the trash can move on security cameras, but she didn't really believe it until tonight. The chef called her, telling her to come quickly and to see. She observed what you can see in the video, and, you can't really see the video since I'm just doing a voiceover, but if you go to the actual page, you can see it. It's right there. Anyway. We can't figure out what it could be. As you can see, the movements of the trash can are very smooth. When it stopped, they went to check, and the trash can was indeed sideways. When they tried to move it, they realized it took a lot of force to move it to that extent and so smoothly, ruling out the idea of a small animal hiding behind it. I was gonna say, I just assumed there was like rats or a raccoon that y'all couldn't see, but they said it was too heavy for a small animal to move. So, hmm. Um, There was no wind at the time. To add to it, my wife was smoking a cigarette 10 minutes before on the white chairs you see at the end of the video. Okay. What does that have to do with anything? I just checked seismic reports and none were found in our geographical area, so that idea is also ruled out. It's not a prank and it's not fake. I really want to figure out what could be causing this anomaly. After attempting to upload the video to this post and realizing it wasn't possible, I posted it on my profile so you can view it there. Hmm. Magic Hat just said ghost in all capital letters. Yeah, that seems to be what they were thinking. You have two nephews and one niece. You're getting old. You're not getting old. Definitely makes you feel old, though, doesn't it? Yeah, there's definitely crap that just makes you feel old. Like, hmm. Like, it just occurred to me the other day that this person that my, like, grandmother used to babysit, like, as a literal infant, it was literal babysitting. Not like you're babysitting and it's not a baby. No, like, still in diapers. My grandma used to babysit her, and it just hit me the other day that she's old enough to drink, and it fucked me up so bad. I mean, to be fair, we were children at the same time, but it's just it's such a mind fuck, you know? Because I wasn't that much older than her, but I remember seeing my grandma change her diapers and her trying to show me, and me honestly being too young and stupid to figure it out at that age. But God, I don't know, it just fucks with you. You said, listen, maybe the ghost wanted to help take out the trash. I doubt it. Hold on. You said just because they're dead doesn't mean they don't feel responsible to take care of the place they live in. Aw. This post just says, say the weirdest paranormal thing that's happened to you in your life. Ah, my legs. Okay, so Bite Environmental said, I don't know if this counts as a glitch in the Matrix or a premonition. Okay. Um, when I was in my teens, I had a vivid dream that I was with my friend Drew in his car when we had a terrible accident. Vivid to the point I can still see the images in my head, the sun shining, the trees, the song playing, and the sounds and sights of the accident itself. The next day, Drew was in a car accident that took his life. It wasn't one of those I was supposed to be with him things. I had no plans to see him or go anywhere with him that day. Huh. Awkward Stock said, I don't know if this counts, but a couple of months back I saw my sister when she wasn't really there. Okay. She came in the room and told me to wake up because we were leaving in an hour, and I just remember when I saw her, I was filled with confusion. She left, and a couple or so minutes later, she came back and told me the same exact thing. Freaked me out so badly when I finally brought it up to her. She confirmed she'd only come in once. It still messes with me. Magic Hat said as a ghost, she would just write on a mirror or leave letters. Okay, then. Huh, I wonder if I can leave things here. I can. Cool. Let me get this thing then. Okay. So, Telshon Hacker said, on a two-lane highway through a rural area, I came over a hill and saw a pair of human legs wearing pants with nothing above the waist walking across the road. It was at night and the headlights clearly picked it out. My passenger clearly saw the same thing. No clue what it was, paranormal, another dimension, etc. I could see down the road through where the torso should have been. I went within 2 feet of it, going 55 mph. No shouts, no noise. Huh. Fully Farrell said, this is not the first time I've heard of pants walking around on their own. Even saw it in a nuke top 5 once, twice if you count the Fresno Nightcrawlers as pants. What in this absurd world is that phenomena about? I'd find it funny if it weren't absolutely terrifying. And Finisky Gaming said, my gran was ready to pass in her living room with all the family there and husband at her side. When she died, he looked at his watch and the hands stopped at the time of her death. That moment is why I'm here browsing these subs. For the bear said, I have dreams of mundane events like sitting somewhere or being in a very specific room looking at something very specific or hearing someone say something and don't forget that dream like most. Then, whether it be months or years later, the exact scene plays out and right in front of me, same person, same room, same thought going through my head that I can still remember from my dream. Same emotions. It's always of somewhere I've never been before in the dream, but when it happens in real life, I instantly recall the previous dream. I call it deja vu mostly to keep it from bothering me. These are pretty interesting. You have explanation for which thing. Also, you said in between, which means I can be a dickhead and write on your mirror. Hell no. I'm the one who cleans those things. Don't fuck it up. St. John Green said, I was in fifth grade and my teacher asked the class for someone to go deliver some papers to this room across campus. I didn't want to be in class, so I quickly volunteered to go. I started walking and I saw this kid jump over this big white bucket, and when I walked past him, he jumped, and I watched him jump over the bucket in slow motion, and then at the hallway before he touched the ground, it went back to normal. Okay. Sitanuki said, two Daves, one room. I met a guy named Dave at a bar, the Boulevard in Pasadena, California. A week later, we go on a date and sleep together at his place after. He rented a room in a place with four roommates in Pasadena. Didn't see much of the house except for his room and shared bathroom. I remember laughing to myself in the bathroom because there were instructional signs to make sure the water is off all the way, turn off the lights, etc. During our date, he told me he'd be moving out of state soon for work. Then he was all moved out and gone about 2 weeks later. Okay, I'm not sure what's weird. Fast forward 1 month and I meet another Dave at a gig in East LA. Okay. We started dating and he tells me he recently moved into a place in Pasadena and has four roommates. What the actual hell? I laugh and ask if he has signs in his bathroom. He asks how the hell I know that, and his eyes widen when I tell him about the first Dave, and then he says, "You've had more spicy time in my room than I have." Savage. I don't know if that really counts as paranormal, but that's hilarious. So what's your explanation for Magic Cat about seeing places or things you've never been to and then you do? Because honestly, it just sounds like some kind of premonition. Worldly Weird said, when I was little, I was at a 4th of July concert and the sky turned from daylight to night, although it could have just been my mind playing tricks on me. Disgusted Killer says, not sure if it's a glitch, but just today I was out for a walk up a mountain, saw a guy in the distance, maybe half a mile away, running with a dog. I looked away for a few seconds and he was gone, so I couldn't see him anywhere. Might not sound too weird, but it was in the middle of nowhere with nowhere to hide, just an open landscape that you can see for miles. Oh, so it's like, where the hell did he go? I kept looking around, but nothing. He totally vanished. I mean, are they sure he just didn't get further ahead? Magic Cat said, so basically before birth. Hold on. What? Is it gonna be a religious thing? Oh, yeah, religious point of view. Yeah. Said before birth, God writes everything about our life on our forehead, so sometimes we see flashes of things we did, but it's us remembering what we'll do in the future. That's certainly an interesting point of view. Huh. Sorry, I had to mute myself because I'm having some technical difficulties with my nose. Okay. So, Bluegrass Gazer says, I was running along my normal route one morning and approaching a bridge I've run across hundreds of times before. As I approached the walkway, I saw someone walking on it towards me. It looked like a man with a long black coat, but I only glanced for a minute, looked down, and ran onto the walkway for a bit. Looked back up, and he wasn't there. This is the oldest bridge in town, built in 1867. There's no way onto the roadway, and I would have seen him get there. I certainly would have heard a splash if he jumped. I was flabbergasted. Where did this dude go? He was a ghost, I suppose. Hold on. Oh, Curious Cat said, happened a couple times now. I look at my phone and it says a specific time, example given 3 p.m. A few minutes later, I look and it's completely different time, like 12. Literally saw it, like WTF. Wonderful Guide said, I got tons of stories, but one time I was at the bus stop. Across the street is the Planned Parenthood. What? Hold on. Oh, that didn't really. That's creepy. I don't know why, but he just left a comment about how he was following some woman. I'm like, no, that's just creepy for a different reason. You're weird. Hmm. Okay, necessary necessary ad. When I was a kid at my parents' cabin by the beach, near the back, I walked past the bushes by one of the sheds. I turned and looked across from me and I saw the apartment buildings where I lived close to my home. Same beige brick and look. Either my young mind was playing tricks on me, but I tried to ignore it, but I wait, what? I tried it again, but it wasn't there. I don't know, it's a weird feeling, but every time I go back there, I try to walk the same path at the same time, hoping I'd see it again. I chalk it up to an overactive imagination, but sometimes it's hard to try and prove it. I don't understand. What are you talking about? It sounded like they just started talking in circles at the end, and it confused me. What about being fed up with English? You said, I have a simple drawing to show. I guess you did it while you were bored? Is that what you meant? Too fed up with English. I thought you liked English. Okay, well, Careless Beat says, I have what I would describe as a curious spirit that peeks around and watches me where I live. Ooh, okay. It does not have a certain shape or form. It's more of an energy I feel and kind of a shadow. I catch it out of the corner of my eye quite often, and as soon as I let my eyes on it, it quickly disappears. It does not feel dark or scary, just light and curious. Definitely not afraid of it. Has anyone else experienced this, and if so, what do you suggest I do with it? Honestly, I just want to know what it wants. I mean, you said yourself it's just curious. You were feeling lazy that day? Hold on. Ha! Let's see what picture. You just drew an eyeball. Why is there just an eye? I kind of forgot I just left a present on the ground. My bad. Wait, do I have any twigs left? Okay, good. I think I have just enough to craft a fishing rod. I hope. I think it only takes 5. Let's see. Oh, good. Okay. What in the world? Oh, wait, why is this out here? I guess I left it out there and never took it home? What do you mean you like eyes? Put in storage. Cool. Wait, what the hell is that? Oh, I forgot I got a hood for that dress. You said you don't know, it's just satisfying to draw them? I guess? Oh, crap. Hold on. Go back, go back, go back. Go back and get that. Heck yeah. Mm. Okay. You like practicing your eye drawing skills, I guess. Okay, so French for Liberty said, dog recently started refusing to go outside at night. Okay, so they said, I have the ability to see spirits, but it's not really developed. However, I've seen and felt many spirits in my house ever since I was a kid. I don't think they're bad or anything, but I've basically seen many black shadow people, felt a spirit touch me twice or thrice, seen spirits walk down the hallway, etc. I have an 8-month-old puppy, and I always let her out in the garden at 11 for a last pee before bed. Truly, you are wise. Always make sure your animals and your children pee one more time before bed because you really don't want to have to clean that up in the morning or get woken up in the middle of the night or both. Anyway, the thing is, she's been acting weird during the last week. Oh, not every day, but yeah, when I tried taking her out yesterday night at 11, she just stood at the door and was really scared and signaling no when I told her to go outside. I checked and there's no one there. Literally nothing out of the ordinary. She never does the same during the day, so I'm wondering if maybe she's scared of an entity or something paranormal. I also want to add she sometimes looks at something that I and my whole family can't see and growls and barks, but this doesn't happen often. I mean, I honestly just. My first thought was actually, is there a wild animal that she's sensing that's for some reason prowling around your house? Because I don't actually know where OP lives, but one of the first things I thought of was like coyotes. Or if you want to say it with a super English accent, coyote. And I don't mean English from England, I just mean the language. That sounded really Western. I was just like, is there like a coyote, a bobcat, a something out there that is like, a mountain lion, a wolf? I don't know. I was just like, is there an animal out there that she is sensing and doesn't want to go outside? That's all I was thinking. Especially if it's a predator animal. I don't know if y'all know this, but coyotes kind of have a reputation of eating small pets, which is why in areas with high populations of coyotes, they're like, please don't leave your small pets outside, especially unsupervised, especially overnight, because they're gonna go missing, and they're gonna go missing because they got fucking eaten. So don't. I mean, I suppose it could be paranormal, but my first thought was, is there a wild animal? Are there coyotes? Anyway, what's your question, Magic Cat? You think you drew a demon from your imagination? What, you just started free drawing and it ended up looking like a demon? I mean, unless the demon's trying to hurt you or your family, I don't know if this is a con. Just saying. No reason you can't have a demon bestie. Oh, you're asking if you can? I don't see why not. What, are you afraid the paper's gonna get possessed or something? Draw the demon! Draw the demon! Go for it. Do it. I dare you. Do it, do it, do it. Okay, I'm back. I really don't know why it always does this. I swear I'm not actually allergic to computers. I don't know why I always deal with this when I'm streaming. It's so stupid. Was it here? Oh, no, it was right here. There we go. A big black fluff ball with horns. That sounds really cute. Am I the only one that thinks that's really cute? That sounds really cute. Go for it. Yes, do it. Even if you accidentally summoned or created it, I mean, it's not bad just because it's a demon. Just make sure it's not trying to hurt or possess anyone, and you're fine. I don't know. I feel like people are too mean to demons. Oh, I found another one. They're not really worth much, but they're everywhere, so. Oh. How did it break that easily? My shovel broke. I'm back. What you say? You want to know something funny? I thought of naming the black cat Lucy because I thought you would question me. Had to decline the idea from my brain though. Oh, because I thought you would name it after Lucifer? Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I always be giving people nicknames in my head. I feel like I would be that person who ended up nicknaming Lucifer Lucy. But not as an insult, just as a nickname. I just be giving everybody nicknames. It's not like special discrimination against Lucifer. I just be giving people nicknames all the damn time. Besides, Lucy sounds like a way better nickname than Fur Fur. Just saying. There's not many ways I can shorten the name. A lot of things had demon names in my house, which makes me question myself. Ah, are you finally embracing your full demonic potential? Ah, yes, I see. That's a joke. Unless. Da da da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Your full demonic potential. Don't you wanna be a demon lord? Ugh, Jesus. I named my damn bird after a demon because I thought it was cute. See? See? You're demon romantic. You love demons. That's your romantic orientation. That's a joke, by the way. Made by Pan. Hi, I'm here. Uh, you do seem to be very, I don't want to call it obsessed because I don't feel like it's obsession, but I feel like you're very attuned, centered on. I don't know. You just seem to be really into demons. Demon wife, demon wife, wife demon, wife demon. She went rip. LMAO. If you could marry a demon with no consequences to your boyfriend, would you do it? Because I know that you said that you heard some belief somewhere where if someone marries a demon, their human partner gets sick. And I was like, well, if you could marry a demon without it affecting your human partner, would you? You wouldn't? Oh, okay. I had to ask. You seem to be really into demons. I didn't mean to come off as the demonic matchmaker or what the fuck ever. I was just curious. Demonic matchmaker. Can you imagine? You just go to a matchmaker and they're like, so I see that you date humans and demons. Do you have a preference for either one? And you'd be like, oh, I just love me some demons. She's like, okay, all right, preference for demons. How many horns do you prefer they have? Oh, give me all the horn. Oh, all of them? Okay. It looks like we have clients who have up to 8 horns. Okay. Do you have a preference for the number of eyes? Like, I can just see someone going through a fucking list. Hooves or no hooves? Okay. And what about wings? Okay. And what about... Do you prefer for them to be taller than you? Okay. And what about teeth? do you want like regular teeth or like like I can just see the matchmaker just going through all these traits trying to match you to a demon. You would ask Viper first. Oh, that's touching. Demon matchmaker. Demon matchmaker. See the way you reacted. See, see, see. And in this hypothetical scenario, the clients have up to 8 horns at once. But yeah, I feel like if I was a demon matchmaker, we would just have all these different things to tick off. Like, how many horns are you okay with then having? Would you prefer they have wings? What about the number of eyes? What about if they have hooves? Just different things like that. Claws or no claws? Okay. Like, can you imagine? Ah, it's the bomb diggity. I don't think I would be a bad demon matchmaker. I think I did okay. Thoughts? Prayers? Kidding. That was a joke. I just thought it was funny. Your fave horns are sheep horns. I can just imagine there would be like 3 whole sections about horns. Like, what type? How many? What color? Where are they on the person? Oh, they look fancy. I see. I love how we went from ghost stories to demon matchmaker. uh, that's funny though. Oh, that's right. We don't have a shovel. Damn it. I feel like it would be a lot of fun though. Don't you? Like, it feels like it would be a lot of fun. Yes, there would be an entire section for teeth and a different one for claws, and one for wings. One for if they have hooves. Actually, there would probably just be one for what kind of feet they have to begin with. Not like in a human foot fetish way, but more in a do you want them to have hooves, flippers, bloody blah preference thing, or do you have no preference? Like, I feel like there would be like sections for each. Cause and then there would probably be a question at the bottom that would be like, would you be willing to meet other demons who maybe don't meet your aesthetic preferences, but who may have a better match in personality? And that would be on there too. I don't know why I'm going so deep into this. It's not like I can actually start this as a business. I mean, I totally would if I could, but I can't. Maybe after I die and become a spirit, I can be a matchmaker of spirits. That would be interesting. I also I love love, so it would be nice to just help them meet their match. Yano. Excuse me. Well, yeah, hold on. Do we think we should actually. I was about to write this shit down for real. Alright, so. Demon Matchmaker preference sheet. I don't even know. I'm actually typing it out. Hold on. Oh, one for eyes too. So let's see. Section for horns, section for wings, section for tails, section for teeth. Are we? Oh, their feet. Because we were like, do you prefer one with or without hooves? Am I leaving out a section? Oh, okay. Nails slash. Wait. Yeah, that's not on there yet. I love how we actually went into this. Are we leaving anything out? There we go. Ah. Oh, I should have put their hair on there too. I'll go back and add that. Like the color slash length slash texture. Because some people prefer certain types of hair, like not in terms of like prejudice, but just what kind of hair they want to play with. Like, for instance, I know someone who prefers dating people with curly hair, like of any ethnicity. They just prefer curly hair because they like the way curly hair feels when they play with it. So I was like, maybe we should put hair on there too. Color, length, texture, etc. I'm just saying, like, there are a lot of preferences people have nothing to do with prejudice. Oh, I forgot height. How can I forget height? That's one of the most important things. There we go. You said, how about one of the seven sins? Wait, what? And then you said, say less, I'll go write it now. BRB! Okay. I can't think of anything else that should be added at the moment. Because I think that's a pretty good foundation for what would be on one of those questionnaires. Not unless we added, like, number of limbs or something. Yeah, I suppose we should do number of limbs and whether or not there is a preference for them to have a prehensile tongue or not. Is it prehensile or prehensile? I don't know where the emphasis is supposed to be. And I reckon it probably changes based on like where you are from in the world too. Which sounds crazy, but hear me out. Like for instance, the word aluminum. Literally every American I know would say some variation of aluminum. But and this blew my mind, but apparently British people say aluminium, which just sounds fucking stupid to me. But, dialectical difference. Who am I to judge? even if I think it sounds stupid. They're always like, aluminium. I hate it. I hate the way they say aluminum. It's aluminum! But this is why I'm like, is it prehensile? Is it prehensile? I don't know how Americans tend to say it. Fuck it. She can just stay there for a second. I guess the world you were in would determine whether or not there was supposed to be a color preference. Because, for instance, in the world of that time I got reincarnated as a slime, the different colors of demons is actually based on lineages, and each lineage actually has its own personality traits. So that would actually be really important and has nothing to do with prejudice. Like, for instance, in that world, all of the demons who are from the black lineage tend to be curious and more open to like communication with humans. It's very interesting, actually. I do think it's hilarious that yellow's known for being a delinquent and red is known for being a dick. It's a little funny. You have to admit it's a little funny. Anyway, can you think of anything else we should add to the little questionnaire? It would be interesting as a game. It'd be interesting as a story too, but yeah. Haha, what is it? Okay. I thought it had to either be a crab or a Venus is whatchamacallit. Oh! Something else we should probably put on there is if they have a preference for or against someone who's prone to shapeshifting. You said, I think Demon Matchmaker should be something we share with the server. Yeah, although maybe we should. I might redo the formatting so it looks less like ass. But yes. Oh, okay. Hold on. I see an error in the form. There we go. Feet, nails. Okay. I saw an error in the form I had to fix. Holy God, that's a lot of sea cucumbers. Oh, right, I still don't have a shovel. Oh well. I thought I had one stuck in the ground somewhere, but I don't know where it is, so I'm probably just gonna have to go back to my house to craft one. Oh, I'll just sell it then, since it's a duplicate and you can't learn it twice. Alright, was it this button? No, fuck me, that's not what I meant to do. Um, oh, there we go. Ah, itchy head. Okay. I wonder, I might wash my hair today. We'll see. I honestly, I'm gonna have to, I don't remember what the thing was. I don't remember the recipe, so I'm gonna have to look. So I remember what to take out. Hardwood. Jesus, okay. Because that's regular wood. Here's the hardwood. And wow, I have a lot of hardwood. What the hell? I mean, to be fair, I have a lot of softwood too. Let's craft. Let's make 2 shovels. Ah, ah, ah. Might as well read another story while we're waiting. Because Magic Hat's actually filling out the demon questionnaire, which I love. I just made that up on the spot. But actually, it's all things you would actually need to consider. Oh, fuck. I totally forgot something. There's totally something I should have added to the... There we go. I don't need to craft shovels into infinity. Huh, nice. I need to get rid of that book too, is what I need to do. Dun, 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 dun. I need to see if I can return this book too. I know it's not likely to be Pierce's. Hope to God it's not his because he's annoying. Let's try to find Faith or Wendy or Midge. See if it's theirs. Good girly. Aw, she's so cute. I honestly just want to see if. Oh God, she's still talking. Hmm. What? Nothing. Nothing's funny. I'm selling the recipe because it's a duplicate. I'm not selling my wood because I need it. Filled out the survey. Uh, uh, da, 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 da. Cool. I wish I could actually match people. You said filling out the questionnaire was more fun than doing work. Wow. Mhm. Mhm. Wait, what are you doing right now? Because I thought it was pretty late for you. You said you might ask why four arms, basically four times the cuddles and protection. And protection and other things. Okay, but imagine dancing with someone with four arms. Oh my god! I know what you meant, but I wasn't gonna go there. Yay. Mm, I see more bubbles. Dying over it just saying Guardian Gramps. That's fine, he's so big he can carry me with two hands and hold my hands with two. Aww! That's so sweet! I'm here for it. Hehe. Oh. Oh. Big brain moments. You said you're too smart when it comes to demon fiction. Demon fiction. Zaza. Oh, huh. I should have put a portion on there for piercings, shouldn't I? Piercings and tattoos. Darn it! I didn't think about that. I keep going back to revise it. No, I didn't skip that. That's so cute. Oh. Sorry. Yay. I'll have to, I'll write something about demons later. I just can't write now because obviously I can't really play and write at the same time. Sorry. Did you want me to read out your DN preferences? Like out loud? I read it like silent. Oh, I read it like silently to myself, like internally. I just didn't say it out loud. You updated yours? I need to fill out mine, is what I need to do. Nose piercing. I love nose piercings. I want one so badly. I don't have one right now. Sorry, it just made me think about myself. I don't have a nose piercing, but I want one. Do you want one? I know that you apparently want to date a demon with one, but would you ever get one? Your mom used to have one. They're cool, aren't they? I don't know why I randomly got so much louder. They're cool, aren't they? Just got really loud for I feel like no reason. What the hell? Really? Give me a second. I don't know why it does this. Mm. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, whatever. The demon wants you to play matchmaker game instead, you say. I mean, I can actually get off. Um, I just don't know why it randomly decided to do this. Yeah, okay. It decided to crap out. Because the only way to fix it is to unplug everything, shut down, and reboot, which would be a completely different stream. So I'll just cut it off right here. Thug life. Uh, we will talk more about the demons. Okay? Alright. Be back tomorrow. Bye. Except you and me are gonna talk about. I need to fill out the damn questionnaire. I also. I need to make it look better because right now it kind of looks like trash. I don't even know how to explain it. What do I even say? Mm, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll go fill mine out. What was I calling it? Preferums. Oh, I hate the way they redid this. Wow. I just had to redo this twice. Because Twitch, or not Twitch, Discord's being stupid. But yeah, I'll go ahead and fill out mine, and talk to you about that. But I'll also be back to stream tomorrow. Alright. See you soon, Magic Cat.